So getting the, what am I getting? I'm thinking too much. So the recordings that I've been doing for the podcast, I had to do a bunch of editing for Splosives, if anybody's researching or if you professionals know what I'm talking about. Looking at different sort of explosive screens, do it yourself, put a sock over it, all that. But I'm trying to do the best that I can do with what I have, or with what my son, the musician, left behind. My mic positioning, I found out, was picking up nasal noises, throat clicks, all that. Not very much, just enough to be annoying, just enough to have to put in some extra editing. So the Emerging Man podcast is going to be, like we do, reconfiguring some equipment that I have. If you watched the last couple of videos, you knew I dismantled and dismembered a big old lamp and gave me a nice heavy disc for my desktop mic. We are now going to discontinue that because we found a better way to do it. And so we're going to try out mating my mic and my, actually this was the original dismemberment. The black boom here in my hand is actually a college desk lamp one of my kids brought home, and the little mic stand that came with the mic really wasn't cutting it. I couldn't, what at the time thought was the best, and so I dismembered that lamp. That was a little lamp, put my mic on it, boom, up and running, made that better. I could position it anywhere I wanted and got to where I needed it to be for the time. Now I'm finding I need an overhead boom mic, like you would hear about in the movies, or for you kids on Jimmy Fallon. But in my day, every once in a while Johnny Carson would play with the boom mic over his head and give it a little business. Comedic timing being impeccable back in the day. So we're going to take these now, configure them into an overhead boom mic, finding out that if I raise the mic, position it off to the side a tad, angle it down and towards my mouth, I shouldn't need explosive screens or socks or extra fanfare to get rid of those nasal noises and throat clicks and little things like that. I don't know, maybe it's picking up your eyes blinking, I don't know. So that I don't need extra peripheral things that get in the way and take up space, or, right? And for what I'm doing for content creator, it seems like the YouTube gurus say I don't need explosives mic. I need to learn how to position my mic better for the goal of producing the best video that I can right now. As you all know, if you've been watching the videos, like I said, this is a shoestring budget. Maybe only like shoestrings for I need a 54-inch bootstring, but I'm using my granddaughter's, Care Bear shoestrings right now. Is where we're at. Their explosive screens and everything were like, the low end ones were $3.98 on Amazon, and super duper cool looking Hollywood type spendy ones. You can spend whatever you want to spend. I'm not going to spend if I don't have to. So I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I have, with grit and grip, for the Emerging Man podcast, which, update, we do have a working master audio track finalized today. We will put it through just one more test to make sure that the levels that are needed for podcast quality recording are met. So your peak level, your noise floor level, your RMS level, things like that. The initial scan last night indicated that I'm good. So now I'll be putting it through its last pace today before I move forward and use it to try to get it ready for the public. So I'm Dave. I'm the Emerging Man podcast creator, host, mechanic, sound engineer, sweep the floor, made the coffee this morning, all that. So till next time, this is Director's Cut, trying to do the best we can with what we got on the Emerging Man podcast. See you next time.